But it wasn't.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you all so much for coming today. I'm Diane Bitter, the Rye Town Chair, and welcome. We have a very exciting meeting for you today. I know there's going to be a lot of lively discussion, and I invite you all to participate as well. We're going to start with our Pledge of Allegiance, and I'm going to ask our County Commissioner, Kate Pratt, to lead us in the pledge, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. So last time we met, a month ago, Jeff Chittister was here and talked to us with a wrap-up of the election, which for us was kind of devastating. And Jeff talked to us about what it meant for the party, what it means for us as individuals, and for the state of New Hampshire. So today we're going to continue that discussion in a little different bent. We're going to be talking about particular mechanical things that relate to the election. And our panelists are going to be talking about each different topic, and then we're going to get into a general discussion about it. We have a couple of business things to take care of before we start our discussion, so hang on just a couple of minutes here, panel. I'm going to invite our good serviceman and friend Brian Murphy to come up and talk to us for a couple of minutes. Brian has volunteered to serve as our chair of the nominating committee. We have an election. Speaking of elections, elections go on constantly, it seems. We have a town election for this committee starting in January. So Brian is heading up the nominating committee, and he wants to talk to you a little bit about that.
Yeah, thank you, Diane. As Diane mentioned, it's a part of our bylaws, so this little piece of house business, it's part of our bylaws. We've got biennial elections, and we'll have the election for the Rye Republican Town Committee, the Executive Committee, which is the chairperson, the vice chair, the treasurer, and the secretary. The subcommittee positions will all be appointed or rolled over based on the transition, but the bylaws require us to have elections every 2 years. So we'll be doing that in January. We're right now in the process of identifying candidates and making sure everyone understands the responsibilities and the commitments for those positions. We've got a nominating committee. I'm on it, Dick McKenney's on it, and Paula Tarta's on it. And again, our intent and our goal is to be as inclusive as possible with everyone in this process. So if anyone here has an interest in serving in one of those roles, please contact one of us, Paula, Dick, or myself, and let us know. And if you know of someone who would make a good fit and you want to recommend a neighbor or a friend sitting next to you, which is a great trick this time of year as well. If they're not here, we can elect them right now. We've got a quorum. So if you have some thoughts on that, please let us know and share those thoughts. It's always, somewhat bittersweet when you go through a transition like this. I get nostalgic and then optimistic. Nostalgic for the executive committee members that have served us so well and built the success we've gotten to this point, and then optimistic and sort of excited about who can build on that and make those contributions. And we have a lot of talented people in our committee, talented people in this room, and so the focus for this business message, this point of business, is the optimism, not the nostalgia. There's certainly hopefully a time to thank everyone who's made their contribution on the executive committee now. But so please think about that if you've got thoughts about service and would like to hear more about those roles and what that commitment is. Contact one of the nominating committee members. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. At this time, I'd really like to especially thank the committee members the executive committee who have served for this past year. And if you just stand when I call your name, Bob Brown is our vice chair, and John Zona is our treasurer, and Amelia McKenney is our secretary. Thank you also. In addition, we have as you can see on your agenda, we have a great list of committee members. And honestly, they make my job so easy because we are like a family. Everybody pitches in and works so hard. And I'd like to ask all the committee members to just stand up now and just acknowledge that we appreciate all the work that you've done. So, please. Okay. The other business, just quickly, and I won't belabor it, but we do have some dates to remember, and they're at the bottom of your agenda. So just running through this very quickly. Next Wednesday, December 12th, is the Rockingham County Caucus, where we'll be electing our state committee members for 2-year terms. We have already caucused in this group, and the committee members who are being nominated by Rye are Brian Murphy and myself. So we will be standing for election at that caucus. Everyone is welcome at that meeting. Also then, as Brian talked about, our Rye election, which is going to be January 12th. January 9th is the Rockingham GOP election. One election after another. It just doesn't end. And then January 9th, also here in Rye, is the Budget Review Committee, or Budget Committee public hearing. So for all of you who are citizens of Rye, you probably want to participate in that. And then, of course, our deliberative sessions, which will be in February, and our town elections in March. And then on January 26th is the New Hampshire GOP annual meeting, which is going to be in Bedford this year. That's a Saturday. And everyone is welcome to attend. However, only committee members may vote. And committee members will be voting on any bylaws changes, as well as the new officers of the state party. Okay, any questions?
Quick one.
Yes.
On December 12th, at that Rockingham GOP caucus, if we come, can we speak? Could
No.
we? No. So we
Oh,
can't
you
do
may
anything
speak.
to
You may
help you
speak
get elected.
You may speak to support a candidate.
We can.
Yes, 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 but you may not vote unless you're designated. Who votes at that meeting are the delegates, and our delegates happen to be Bob Brown and myself. So each town has a designated number of delegates, and the delegates are the ones who elect the committee members. I know, it's very confusing, isn't it? So, yes.
And is that where the GOP, the New Hampshire GOP chairperson will be elected?
No.
No.
No, that will be on January 26th at the state convention.
I was just trying to get at we would like you and Brian to be elected. Is there anything we can do to help that?
I don't think it matters. I think we'll be,
Okay.
because hopefully what's going to happen at that meeting, each of the towns has already given in their names for their nominees, having caucused in each town. Some towns don't have a committee, and so therefore they haven't caucused and they don't have a committee, a nominee. So those will be probably presented at large, or if someone from that town wants to nominate someone, that's how that will be handled. Otherwise, it'll be presented as a slate and just approved.
So you'd just be elected?
Yeah, I think it you know, there are always one or two that are contested, and that gets interesting. But yeah. But for the most part, it goes along very smoothly. Any other questions about any of the dates or any of the processes? Did I get that all straight, Kate?
I think so. Straighter than I would have done it.
It's very confusing.
Crop TV.